Before every shower, I always warned my two little brothers not to peek, but every single time, the second I shut the door, they would still come rushing over. However, this time felt completely different. They could tell something was wrong. Freezing cold fog kept pouring out of the bathroom. The two brothers instantly realized something had happened. They rushed to the door, trying together to force it open. But the moment they looked inside, they both froze in shock. The entire room was already covered in frost. Before a single drop of water even came out, I had already turned into an ice statue. Jason instantly panicked. He ran out to get help right away. Meanwhile, Mike stayed behind to check on me. My face was pale, and there were no signs of life left. A moment later, Jason came running back in a panic. He was actually carrying a flamethrower. He tried to melt me with fire. Luckily, Mike stopped him just in time. Otherwise, I never would have survived. To turn me back to normal, they hurriedly carried me outside, but their hands slipped and I slid all the way down the stairs. Luckily, my body was hard as a rock. I didn't shatter. Time slowly passed. I still showed no signs of melting. The two brothers had no idea what to do. They had no other choice but to carry me back into the bathroom. They hoped that by summer, I might recover on my own. After that, they sat in the living room watching TV. All of a sudden, the whole house started shaking violently. The next second, meteors began crashing down like heavy rain. Terrified, they quickly hid inside the fireplace. And because of that, they barely managed to survive. Once the danger had passed, they finally dared to crawl back out. But the moment they opened the front door, a massive meteor floated right past them. As far as they could see, meteors were floating everywhere around them. Jason nervously looked down. There was no ground beneath his feet anymore. Below him was nothing but a burning galaxy. Even the spit that left his mouth slowly drifted away into the distance. It had completely entered zero gravity. Only then did they finally realize the truth. It turned out our house had been floating in space the entire time. Meanwhile, I had already returned to normal inside the bathroom. I thought my brothers were just messing with me again, so I didn't take it seriously at all. After adjusting the water temperature, I kept taking my shower, but what I never realized was that this simple little action had already caught the attention of aliens. As soon as I got dressed and walked out, the entire house started shaking wildly again. Even crazier, an alien spaceship had parked right outside our house. The three of us were completely terrified. We immediately ran into the basement. Shaking with fear, Jason grabbed the satellite phone and called Earth for help. But before anyone could answer, a dark shadow suddenly flashed past the doorway. At that moment, all three of us froze in place. We held our breath, and nobody dared to make a sound.